Thank you guys for coming out today. About Bahamas Fashion Week. Bahamas Fashion Week is the nation's premier fashion showcase focused on propelling the Bahamian designers and international designers to the forefront of the global fashion market. Bahamas Fashion Week is a fusion of art, style, culture, fashion, entertainment, and runway. This event captures the international sensibility of our country while providing a calendar of social and educational activities. For three strategically focused days, the Bahamas becomes the epicenter for fashion, art, and entertainment, as all eyes on the local and international level witness collections unveiled for the first time. The vision for Bahamas Fashion Week is to inspire through the medium of art, promote culture through design, showcase and unite fashion key creators, communicators, and consumers. Our mission is the mission of Bahamas Fashion Week is to offer a local and international platform for emerging and established designers to seamlessly connect while creating a domestic awareness of homegrown fashion designers and artists from the Bahamas.
As Joe Stubbs mentioned, it's Bahamas Fashion Week, and one of the features in Bahamas Fashion Week are designers locally and internationally. We're approaching this from three standpoints. There is an initiative for emerging junior designers. That's designers from age 12 to 17. So we're targeting those who are in high school. It's a pivotal time that we reach them and assure them that they're in the right direction, start promoting them from an early age. So you will see that take place on October 26th. On the 19th of this month, there will be a call for emerging junior designers locally. And we expect to see that fly very well. This is in context and collaboration with the Ministry of Youth initiative to promote arts, the forum, fashion design. Then the next would be our emerging designers. This is something for those who are of a certain age, over the age of 17, of course, and they have not introduced themselves publicly. So they may have a few clients, they may have done some sketches, some work, but they've never done a collage, a presentation that presents their aesthetic to the world. And so that's another platform that we are engaging on this year. Lastly, you have established designers, those who have already presented in previous years. They have a larger clientele and so on and so forth, and we welcome them on board. We have had a great response since launching the website, which is www.bahamasfashionweek.net, and so we're evaluating them based on their productivity over the years, of course, the standards of excellence executed in their clothing as far as the tailoring, and also their ability to meet a larger scale of people, because we are attracting an international market of buyers and local buyers. And so we want everyone to be ready and prepared for this expansion in the area of fashion design. So that's our initiative as far as the designers are concerned. So we're targeting three. We're targeting the young people at heart, because we really need to see this market move beyond where it is now. And then we want persons to have an opportunity to showcase themselves, and that's our emerging designers. And then we have our established ones who have been around for a very long time. They're well seasoned, and that's designers.
For the Bahamas Fashion Week, we are targeting models. We're not really going with the status quo. We do want models ages 15 to 35 to come out to the casting call this Saturday, August 12th, right here at the Malia. Our size range is from 0 to plus size. We are looking for males and females and international and local models. So as you can see, we're opening up. There's a wide range of models that we want to come out, try out for the event and to be casted. On Saturday, we have a very versed and experienced panel who will be looking for those top models. Normally in the fashion industry, you're looking at female models standing at 5'9", males standing at 5'10". We will look at those who may be a little bit shorter, females that are 5'7", but with an exceptional walk. And as it's promoted, we're saying over and over, we're calling for experienced models and aspiring models. Reason being is because over the course of we have about 10 more weeks until the show. And so we are going to be pouring into the models. There's going to be mentorships, training. So even if you aspire to be a model, but you're not an experienced or professional model per se, we're looking for you because we are going to pour into you for this event so that it can be an exceptional show on Bahamas Fashion Week. A little more about my role, being the Director of Model and Style Team Relations. I will be working directly with the models, but also backstage. So for this event, I've built a team of aspiring stylists or fashion designers to work with me. Those who've either attended the Joe Stubbs Style Agency workshop or who've reached out to me in the past to work with me as a stylist. Those are the ones that I directly targeted to be a part of my team, apart from our volunteers. If any of you know about fashion shows, the show is only as strong as your backstage. So we're ready for the chaos, we're ready for the crazy, but we're ready for the excitement because we want Bahamas Fashion Week to be on the forefront this year in terms of fashion in the Bahamas.
During Fashion Week, we have some new initiatives that we will be launching this year. We will have our traditional fashion shows, which will showcase all of our designers, new and old, and their platform. As well as this year, what we're doing, we realize that as Bahamians, we don't do a good job with preserving our history and our heritage. So we have taken an approach to do a fashion museum where we are now targeting all of our designers, deceased and alive, pretty much from the inception of fashion in the Bahamas. So persons like Jeffrey Taylor, Percy Wallace, Shane Rollet. So we are reaching out to either family members or just friends of those designers to hopefully grab a piece, two or three of their signature pieces to showcase in a museum. Ultimately, we want to show the transition and the transformation of fashion and art in the Bahamas, and also pay homage to those persons that have paved the way for us to do what we're doing here today. So that will be our highlight for Fashion Week, is we will be doing a fashion museum, which will extend throughout the entire 3 days of our fashion weekend. Also, we will have our cultural village, where we will offer a number of booths for vendors to showcase their products, whether it be local or international, and that will also coincide with a musical platform where we will be inviting local artists to perform while at Fashion Week. So we are targeting the musically inclined, spoken word artists, fashion designers, artists, and all pretty much encompassed to be a part of our Fashion Week.
Designers that exist and that have created platforms for themselves over the years have been successful at building a strong identity as far as what we produce as Bahamian designers. And they've been operating in high excellence. We have done things personally in our lives as designers, as I'm a fellow designer, just this year showcasing at Full Figured Fashion Week New York. And that's not only me. There are other designers that have done it and are doing it. But this platform, Bahamas Fashion Week, will elevate that, because not only do we want to go to the world, but we want the world to come here. So as far as the fashion industry, we have evolved, we're progressive, but this platform is needed to help push the agenda further and attract the attention back to us, also the revenue to our industry as far as tourism and so on and so forth, our hotels. And so we have done a great job. We're well known for our color and our use of contrasting prints and textures and so on and so forth. Do we need this platform? Yes, because we need to stay current, we need to stay relevant, and we must inspire the generation ahead to pursue excellence and to pursue fashion design. Well, we do support the events that are held locally. I know certain fashion designers that have presented collections and has had showcases, including myself, and it has been successful. I think Bahamians are very surprising, whereas you would see last minute where they just gather and purchase tickets, or they'll show up at the door and you're like, wow, they really support us. Are they very vocal? Not necessarily. Do they invest in the brand as far as purchasing? That could always improve, right? But there's a need for it. Bahamians see it. And so the opportunity is there to grow and to expand. And so it's a middle ground. I think more opportunities to showcase the variation of product, even within price, and as far as aesthetic, design aesthetic, will broaden that horizon. So this platform, having everyone together, you will see someone who is couture, and then you will see someone who is swimwear or shoe and hats and accessories. That will bridge the gap, because we feel like we don't have these things, you know? And so even down to persons being able to access ready to wear, which is daily apparel. You know, we're kind of unaware when it comes to that. And we do have local producers of that. So Bahamas Fashion Week will facilitate that. We welcome those aboard to present those type of collection.
I do feel that the fashion industry in the Bahamas is supported somewhat locally. For a long time, I felt that the Bahamas is the fashion capital of the Caribbean. We have our designers that have done great works and went to far lengths, not just on the local stage, but also internationally. However, there seems to be a gap or a lack of support in terms of education and jobs in terms of the fashion industry. We're not taught in our schools. Students aren't being taught. Our children aren't being taught to pursue a career as a fashion stylist, pursue a career as a fashion designer. That it's still a bit taboo in the country, and so that's why platforms like Bahamas Fashion Week is so important to push, because now, not just with the team of directors, we're also welcoming volunteers, and not just any volunteers, not just because you want to hold a bag or be backstage to see what's going on, but we're tapping into those that actually have a passion for this. Those who can help an international designer that may come to the show to do some last minute adjustments because they want to be a designer. Those who can help a designer arrange accessories with a garment because they do want to be a fashion stylist. And so even though we may purchase a ticket and attend the show, it's still a bit taboo in the country, and we still will need support from the government. When we have international projects, commercials, music videos, different things like these, it should be Bahamian designers, Bahamian fashion stylists. If they are not in the forefront, they should be allowed to at least assist with the project so that we can then be recognized. So we are being supported a little bit, but it could go a bit far away.
We have connected with some of our government agencies already, and we are in conversation with some of them. But to touch on some of our other sponsors, we have right now the Department of Culture, the Department of Youth within the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, who will be focusing on our cultural village, as well as our youth initiative for our Junior Designers Program, which coincides with National Youth Month in October. We have also connected with Commonwealth Brewery Limited, which is 700 Wines and Spirits, Executive Prentice of the Bahamas, Sun Teas, Mario's Bowling Alleys and Entertainment Palace, and Pindus Group of Companies Limited. So these are pretty much confirmed sponsors, but we are still in conversation with quite a few number of corporate America, as well as government agencies, to come on board and to be a part of this great initiative. Because one thing that we have realized from our research is that Trinidad and Tobago, even though she said that the Bahamas is the leading, we are the leading when it comes to our aesthetic, our design, our platform, and our success rate when it comes to our designers and in international waters. But one thing Trinidad and Tobago has done was they actually created a major industry within their country for fashion and art in their country, and that falls under a major ministry in their country. So they have government support and government funding, and that is why they are ranked literally number one within fashion and art in the Caribbean. If you don't know, the fashion and art industry is a $3 trillion industry annually. And if we talk about funding and bringing international people to our country and tapping into that additional revenue, this is something that's untapped. This is an industry that's untapped. And it's successful because if you think of it, we all wear clothing. We all need clothing. We all care about the way we look. So why aren't we tapping into this industry that's already proven itself to be successful in other areas of the world? So we are, like I said, in conversations with other companies, but we do welcome anybody that's interested in becoming a part of the movement, the organization. We would love to meet with you guys and give a formal presentation and really share our vision as to what we are doing for the country at large.